Welcome to Today in AZ on this Sunday morning. I'm Allison Rodriguez.
And I'm Justin Pizzera. The fourth largest school district in the state is considering shutting down some of its schools. We're going to tell you about the new proposal on the table and how students and families are reacting.
Plus, this morning, the Better Business Bureau helping to keep your sensitive data safe. Scammers, they're only out to get your money and much more. So we've got the top 3 scams of 2026 and how to avoid them.
And then later, the Swifty Lifty Club is in the studio showing us some fun moves to hit our fitness goals, all inspired by Taylor Swift.
But first, here is a look at your weather impact forecast for this Sunday.
Well, good morning and welcome to Sunday. Another chilly start out there with temperatures in the 40s across the valley for the most part. We had the coldest morning of the season so far on Saturday morning, into the 30s at Sky Harbor. Near 70 degrees by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you'll notice the wind east-northeast at 13 mile per hour winds. There will be stronger winds a little bit farther to the east of the valley, so it will be blowing out of the east towards the west. Gust up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour later on today in the valley. 70 degrees in Phoenix, 53 in Sedona, and staying in the 30s in Flagstaff. 39 degrees, 38 in Show Low, Chinle at 37 degrees. In northeastern Arizona. The week ahead through Tuesday, mild afternoons, highs in the 70s. We stay rain-free. Actually, that'll go for pretty much the entire week ahead. But you need to prepare for another stretch of mild, dry weather. For the next 3 days, right around 70 degrees with morning lows in the 40s. The rest of the forecast coming up a little bit later on.
Peoria Unified School District discussed closing 2 schools and then repurposing some others at a board meeting last night. So the district says that almost 23% of the district is actually not utilized. And now changes need to be made.
Yeah, we want to get to our Troy Lynch live in the studio who listened to the whole meeting. And Troy, PUSD is just another Valley district dealing with potential closures. I mean, at this point, it's hard to keep up, but they are just the very latest.
I know the list keeps getting longer and longer. Since January of last year, we've seen school districts across the Valley approve plans to close 20 schools. And now Peoria could be joining them. Now, last night's governing board meeting, officials spoke about Kachina and Pioneer elementary schools closing and then being repurposed. Then 7th and 8th graders from Kachina, Pioneer, Foothills, and Canyon Elementary would move to Cactus High School. Now, there's a lot of mixed reactions about these potential changes. Some people welcome the change. Soon to be high schoolers, they were against Cactus High having 7th and 8th graders, and some were just angry that people didn't vote for an override like this man.
How many of you in this room are administrators or teachers? Raise your hand. Thank you. I suggest that you consider applying in other districts or leaving Arizona where teachers are treated with respect, professionalism, and higher pay.
So district officials say this proposal is just the first phase of a multi-stage process to address declining enrollment and a failed override that led to a $21 million budget deficit. Now, here's how you can get involved. There will be a public hearing and community forum on February 19th at 6 p.m. at Cactus High School. Then future governing board meetings, they're happening on January 22nd, February 12th, and 26th. There's also a digital feedback window where people can give their input. And then March 12th, that's the big date. That's when the governing board plans on voting on these closures. Now, phase 1 would start taking place in the 2026-27 school year, along with discussing phase 2 that will include more school closures and land for future school sites. We're live here in the studio. Troy Lynch, 12 News. Today in AZ.
You know, tomorrow is the application deadline for this new arts academy that is coming to the Agua Fria High School District.
And a statewide program, I should say. It's a program called Hilltop School for the Arts. The campus is being built near Litchfield and Camelback right there in the West Valley.
Yeah, our David Chazanoff joining us live from the construction site this morning. And David, we're hearing even though these applications will be late, they're still going to be accepted. So what do parents need to know?
Justin and Allison, good morning. That's right. This campus here is going to offer plenty of opportunities. It's certainly looking like it's coming together right behind me. I wish you guys could see it, but it's still dark out here this morning. Principal Julie Jones tells me when this campus opens, it will offer a learning experience unlike anything we've ever seen here across the valley. Truly phenomenal stuff. And Principal Julie Jones says she's being flexible with those late applications to allow this campus to really have as much students as they possibly can.
apply, we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for potential, and we want to make sure that we're able to take your love of the arts and help you go where you want to go and follow your dreams without limitation.
So in case you didn't believe me, you're now seeing what the construction site looks like when the sun is out. So when crews are finished working, this school will open here in August. Jones says the school can teach up to 400 high schoolers, helping them get a career in the arts while connecting them with professionals in their industry. Now here's what it's all going to look like once it's finished. According to Jones, the school is going to have several spaces for different art forms. So many options here. We're talking 2 professional dance studios, 3 professional recording studios, a 100-seat playhouse, and even a film studio with industry standard equipment. And that's not all. Alex Morrow with Hilltop tells me she's going to help run a 750-seat professional theater here.
These professionals will be providing master classes and incredible opportunities for our students. They'll get to participate in live sound checks, rehearsals, stage setup, audio and sound engineering. It's going to be a great opportunity for our kids that they would not be able to get anywhere else.
Principal Jones says the school has lots of people interested already. They're already planning on having some auditions in February, not too long from now, and they're also considering doing this again in April. So again, there is still time to apply, and not just students in this high school district. We know you can apply at hilltop.awafreewa.org. In Litchfield Park, David Chasanoff, 12 News, today in AZ.
Well, let's talk scammers. I know not exactly the thing we want to kick off the new year with, but we have to because they're not stopping trying to get our money. So joining us in studio this morning, the expert, Joe knows better, the Better Business Bureau's Joe Ducey. He's got 3 simple steps you can take right now to protect yourself in the new year, because you're always calling out the scammers, making sure they don't get our hard-earned money. So what do you feel like are going to be the biggest scams this year?
Well, it's a new opportunity, right? New opportunity for scammers in the new year, new opportunity to kind of make some changes. And one of the first ones involves passwords, right? Changing your password. I mean, that's really key. Changing your password for all your accounts. What do you think are the most common passwords?
Okay, well, I feel like we've heard this password.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
right.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And admin, which is actually what comes with a lot of the devices, ADMIN.
Yes.
Yeah, so people don't change it. You know, those are basically invitations.
Yeah.
You know, they're invitations to do something. So the experts say make your passwords about 20, 25 characters, complex, all the punctuation marks. Ooh. I know. But also add 2-factor authentication, which is a pain. Right? Because it's constantly, are you who you say you are? And you have to go to your phone and do all that. But it does. It really adds something to it. And you can possibly use a password manager. So that's the other thing you possibly do.
Yeah, you're so right, because I feel like I have the 2-factor authentication on, and certainly I've gotten alerts like, hey, is this you in Europe trying to log in? And I said, no, that is not me. But sometimes those links also are from scammers.
Yeah, sometimes. But a lot of times they don't have the phone connection to what you're doing. So they don't have that connection. So you could probably pretty much count on it when you get it that way.
So something else you're recommending in the new year is maybe freezing your credit, but it sounds kind of like a hassle, but what would be the benefits to doing that?
Well, freezing your credit, just like your, I found out that my actually website or my Gmail had been breached like 29 times.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that passwords could be breached as well. So your credit report, it contains so much information. The TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, they all have all that information. If that's breached, they can get in and they can open accounts in your name. They can do all those things, right? So if you freeze your credit, you basically don't allow anybody to get in and get that information. And then you can thaw it if you are looking for a loan or you need a lender to get in, and you can put dates in there. So you have to develop accounts with each of those credit bureaus, right? And then you get in, you put a freeze on it, and I always have one. And then I just release it if I'm, I'm not looking for a new house, but if I am, or a car or something like that, then you release it and then you go back. And that way, nobody can get in. So that's a really good thing to do.
That's very true and very secure, and you can kind of have a little bit of peace of mind.
Yeah.
If somehow they happen to get through, we see a lot now on our phone, scam likely is coming in and is calling. Some people will answer because they want to bust these people like they've seen the experts do.
Yeah.
But you're saying leave it to the experts.
So you got to our third thing already. Nice. Very good segue there. I like it.
I watch, Joe. I watch,
Basically, we're saying one of the, out of 81,000 complaints we get from BBB Scam Tracker a year, right? I would say most all come from somebody communicating back with something they got. A phone call, an email, a text, right? They happen because they're lured into doing something. I mean, most of the phone calls that come in have to do with like computer virus things or sweepstakes. People are losing huge amounts of money. So I say do not answer your phone unless it's in your contacts. Don't answer it. And you'll hear, well, my doctor, my pharmacy, they're going to leave messages, right?
Yeah.
Scammers aren't going to leave messages, and you're not going to be able to talk to these guys who know what they're doing. Also, responding to texts and emails. I don't do it, even if it comes from, say, you're a customer of, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Social Security. I don't do it. I go into my account and I check there to see if there's an issue, or I contact them there. And I go through customer service there, because there are also customer service complaints online. If you Google customer service, you could get a scam.
They have so many ways to try and get your information, and they can turn your whole world upside down. Joe, that's something that I do listening to you. That was your advice, is like, don't answer them if it's a text, it's a phone call, whatever. Log on to their official site that you've done your business with and ask them on the legitimate site. But it does happen. People make mistakes. So if someone thinks they've been targeted or they kind of fell for something, what should we do?
Well, I think you should go, well, first of all, go to BB Scam Tracker and report that, because then you warn other people about it. And then go to FTC. Go to FTC.gov, and I'd report it there. And also go to the Attorney General's office, Chris Mays, because they are doing some good work with scams. So you can go to them, let them know what's going on. But the other way to use Scam Tracker is to find out beforehand if there's a scam. I mean, a lot of people, what I say is take a step back. Think about it. If you happen to be on the phone with somebody, talk to somebody about it. Because if you just act and you don't look it up beforehand, you're going to end up losing your money. And the last thing, go to joeknowsbetter.com.
Exactly. That's going to be the best.
joeknowsbetter.com. All the information is right there. All the scams, you're going to see them before you fall for it.
Very true. Joe Ducey with the BBB, thank you so much for being here.
Good morning once again. I'm meteorologist Chris Dunn with your 12 News weather impact forecast on this Sunday. Starting out a little bit on the chilly side, but pretty close to normal. 46 is the average low for this time of the year. We'll be around 45. Sunrise at 7:33, and then quickly rising up into the 60s, closing in on 70 degrees later on this afternoon. It will be windy, breezy at times for the valley, but the strongest winds out to the east and down to the south, where a wind advisory is in effect until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Gust up to 45 miles per hour, but a steady east wind at 15 to 25 in that area. So breezy, windy, Casa Grande, Globe, feeling some of those winds, 55 degrees, 38 in Show Low. Staying in the 30s in the higher elevations. Flagstaff at 39, 41 at the Grand Canyon, and Kingman at 57 degrees. Look at the trend line, though. This is the way we are headed. Today, 70. Tomorrow, 70. Average high 67 to 68. And then rising to 76 by Thursday. That's a full 8 degrees above average. So after our brief 3-day visit to winter, we go right back to springtime weather. We do have a high pressure ridge centered up here, and it's going to basically remain anchored over Northern California with an offshore flow for Southern California, more Santa Ana winds there, and kind of a general light northerly flow across Arizona, a dry weather pattern and a slow warm up. But then as we get less and less of that northerly wind, we'll steadily warm up into the 70s. This takes us all the way through Thursday. And as we go through the next 7 days, this is the rainfall forecast. Total precipitation. This is rain and snow. Border to border, we will be dry for the next 7 days. Here's your Flagstaff 7-day forecast. A high today of 39, 43 on Monday, but then popping right back up into the 50s Wednesday and Thursday. A little bit of a cool down as we head into next week, but boy, dry for the next 7 days. You had your snow earlier in the week, and now a chance to enjoy some of that snow in the great outdoors. Valley 7-day forecast, 70 today, 70 tomorrow, up to 74 on Wednesday, and 76. Enjoy those 76 degrees Thursday and Friday. Morning lows will be not nearly as cold, right around 50 degrees on Thursday and Friday. What about the weekend? Next weekend, 73 on Saturday. Looks like it's going to be mostly sunny once again.
If you're looking for a fun way to get moving in the new year, because it's on everyone's list just to get back into shape, this Sunday, the Swifty Lifty Club is hosting a high-energy, music-driven workout, and it's not your typical gym class. No, no, no. Founder Alexi Posey, she is here with us, joining us now live in studio. What is Swifty Lifty? What is this?
So Swifty Lifty Club is your new best friends. That's the best way I can describe it. So it is an amazing group of individuals. Everyone is welcome. It's like the easiest club to get into, like not very exclusive. Do you love Taylor? Please come. We want to meet you. But I am hosting events all throughout the Valley. We're actually also taking it national. And they're rhythmic-based fitness classes, and it's super fun. We'll be all live streaming them too. So if you can't make it, live streaming off my TikTok. All you need is a set of bands, which you can get on Amazon. Do it with us. But yeah, that's the Swifty Lifty Club.
Okay, so we were talking, you really have gone viral. I mean, Brian West, who used to work here at 12 News, I know you all know and love Brian. He's now the Taylor Swift reporter. You've talked to him. You've been on stations all across, really, the country. You've just been everywhere. What was it that really took off about doing Swifty Lifty?
You know what? I think it was so authentic. I have been in fitness for a very, very long time, and Taylor is someone who I have loved for many, many years. I went and saw her at the Eras Tour with my best friend in London, and you know, she has music that like, it just hits for everyone in any phase of life, whatever you're going through. And I was like, I leaned in. I'm like awkward, and all I want are friends and community. And so I'm like, this is perfect. And all Swifties want are other people to be like, you're awkward and weird too. Oh my God, let's be friends. And so that's where this all started. So I think that's why it took off, is it's truly authentic and fun.
Tell me a little bit about these. Of course, you have the friendship bracelet.
Oh, we have friendship bracelets. So I'm like stacked with them. So every event, I'm always giving out friendship bracelets. Everyone leaves with one. We also have some really fun merch that's going to be hitting our website and will be at our event.
Cool.
So
wait, where can people get this? Because this is nice.
Thank you. It was maybe a small copy of her Eras Tour one, but that's okay. We love it. No, we love it so much. So Swifty Lifty Club merch is available on our Instagram, on our website, SwiftyLiftyClub.com, Swifty Lifty Club on Instagram, and it'll be at our events.
Alexi, what I love about this is you just leaned into what you love, and you combine the two things. You love Taylor Swift, you love working out, and then you were able to build a community around that. I think that that's so inspiring to people. Just do what you like to do.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, listen, I'm definitely not for everyone. I have my people that throw shade at me and think I'm some kooky Taylor Swift person, but haters gonna hate, you know what I mean? And
Shake it off. Shake it off.
I'm like, I can keep going on this one for a while if you want to. But that's the thing is, like, I just want people to show up as themselves. I have 13-year-old girls. I have 75-year-old women that come to class. We have all weight, sizes, ethnicity, like, come as you are, and we are going to.
We got to do a demo. We got to do a demo. I'm in my heels, but let's go. Okay, where do you want to start? What are we gonna do?
You know what? Because you're in heels, let's do an upper. Let's do an upper body. I think for you. So I love these bands. You can grab them on Amazon. So one of the things we do is we move to the rhythm of the music. So if you hear that beat, it's bum, bum, bum. So we're just like a big a big adductor, and then you can even go like up, down, lift, down. Lift, and then you can hold it right here in an adduction, little pulses out. You can press, pull, press, pull, press. You got that bicep.
There we go. I'm loving it.
It's super fun. We just move to the rhythm of the music. The one non-negotiable is if you know the lyrics, you better sing with us.
You better sing, everyone.
Okay, it is that time of year again. CES, formerly known as the Consumer Electronics Show. It's in full swing with so many companies unveiling state-of-the-art technology and some products that will not only amaze, but also change the way we go about our daily lives. How does that sound? Joining me to discuss the event and some of the biggest products of the year is Allie Freed. Allie, thank you so much for being with us this morning here in Phoenix. We appreciate it. So a lot of these we want to talk about, like we mentioned, are going to be part of making our daily lives better, healthier. I want to start with AI rings. Does that mean what I think it means?
I mean, AI is absolutely everywhere here at CES 2026, and this is the last day of the show. So the show floor opened on Tuesday, and for the last 4 days, more than 4,000 companies have been launching the latest and greatest in terms of technology products that, like you said, are going to help our daily lives. So yes, we're seeing AI in wearables. So wearable technology rings, we've got it in bands, and they can do all kinds of stuff, measuring different biometric data, having coaches built in to tell you what you need to be doing. I've seen fertility monitoring in wearable bands based on like 14 different hormones that can now be tested just through your wrist. It's absolutely incredible what we're seeing as far as technology improving lives, but specifically in digital health.
Whoa, that is wild, right? Because I know I've heard of the Aura rings, and so you can, certainly surmise, okay, it can detect some things, right? It makes sense on your hand. You can feel your pulse, things like that. But just to think of like even fertility monitors, the other things, it is wild. I want to talk next about when we say making our daily lives easier. Okay, I don't want to drive. I have other things to do. So we've seen autonomous vehicles really taking off, and maybe nowhere more so evident than here in Phoenix, Allie, because we've had the Waymos going around, launching, and now more and more out on our streets. Are more companies getting in on this?
Absolutely. So I'm actually standing in West Hall of the Las Vegas Convention Center, which is home to mobility here at CES. And it's everywhere. AI drivers, we're seeing it in cars, we're seeing it in boats, we're seeing it in huge agricultural equipment from John Deere, which is on the show floor. Caterpillar is here as well with big bulldozing construction equipment, all being powered by AI. It's mind-blowing. I think the future truly is here in the way of AI going from just a tool to a true teammate in helping us navigate the world. And like you said, take life a little bit easier when we can.
Well, we like that. And you know what? It's so interesting when you mentioned John Deere, Allie. I'm just thinking, our agricultural community, our farmers, they use so much big tech, right? And now getting AI in there, it's going to help them out a lot. All right. Anything else that you're really excited about?
Oh my gosh, I was actually just downstairs and wearing, it's called a modular exoskeleton, and it's really kind of turning the human body into super powered body. Their whole tagline is it's like an e-bike is for a bike to what this does for your body. You attach it to your hips and it takes off about 50% of your body weight and then helps your legs lift, move. So you're running faster, you're jumping higher, you're walking further. And just another kind of crazy cool example of how technology truly is integrating into the human experience.
That is just so amazing. Okay, Allie, last thing I want to ask before we let you go is this is, closed. And so a lot of this tech is still just being shown to the industry experts. When could we see more of that out on the streets for us to, buy and take part in?
Yeah, great question. CES is an industry-only event, so everyone here is here to do business, and that helps these markets helps these products get to market faster. So the whole idea is that CES 2026 is launching products that should be reaching store shelves for the most part sometime this year.
Okay, I like that. So we don't have to wait too long. All right, Allie Freed,
Hopefully
live
not.
for us in Vegas at the CES event. This is awesome. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Allison.
Hi there once again. I'm meteorologist Chris Dunn with a final look at our 12 News weather impact forecast. On this Sunday, sunshine. A chilly start, 40s. Some of the coldest outlying areas, those little pockets of cold, will dip into the upper 30s, but quickly warming up with plenty of sunshine. 50s and 60s abound this afternoon, and I think a couple of spots will briefly visit 70 degrees, just kind of barely touching that. 4 p.m., 69 degrees, and it will be breezy. Occasionally windy, gusts up to 20 to 25 miles per hour in the valley. There is a wind advisory in effect out east and down to the south. 69 Gilbert and Chandler, 69 Deer Valley, 71 Glendale, Goodyear, and Avondale. And here's your Valley 7-day forecast. 70 today, up to 74 by Wednesday. The peak of the heat, January heat, 76 on Thursday and Friday. Enjoy.
Well, thank you for joining us this Sunday morning. And remember to start your week and every morning with Today in AZ.
We start at 4:26 and then stream until 9 o'clock on 12+.
Your mornings don't stop.
And now neither do we. Welcome to Today in AZ. 12 News Today in AZ keeps going.
Expanding to 9 a.m. on the 12 Plus streaming app.
More live weather.
More live traffic updates.
More breaking news.
Live from 4:26 a.m. to 9.
12 News Today in AZ, now streaming until 9 a.m. on 12 Plus.
Download on your TV and watch for free.